We're People Are Ugly, and we're hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
All right, what's up, guys? Rob here with Front Row Live Entertainment. I am hanging out here with the guys from People Are Ugly, and I'm excited to be sitting with you guys. You guys have had quite the year and a pretty busy summer with festivals and performances. I'm curious, like, how these kinds of events, different types of crowds, different kinds of experiences led you to, or impacted the creative process of this debut album.
Interesting question.
Yeah, guns blazing. We're doing it.
Boom.
I mean, I think like our band kind of started and like was like based on our whole like live experience of just kind of playing high energy music and having fun. So I guess I feel like in like that way it definitely did impact it, but I think like for like the most part, like when we're creating music, it's just whatever we like want to make in that moment, and then we figure out how to play it live later.
Yeah, I'd also say all of the festivals we're playing, that we've been playing and headlining shows, all have a bunch of different audiences and how they react to the different sounds of our album. And our album has a lot of different genres, so you'd say, and different sounds. And like Lollapalooza has a much different reaction than maybe a Warped Tour or a Bonnaroo, and then our headlining shows. So all over the place.
And as far as like becoming better performers, like how would you say that they basically like helped you become that?
Well, it's kind of like going to war. No, I think it helped battle test us. Just more experience and seeing more people, seeing what people like, seeing what people don't necessarily like. It's just the experience of doing it. I think tour helps a lot with that, just doing it repetitively and getting more comfortable with it.
And now we're here. Garage is finally out, the debut album. I love the fact that this was basically created in the garage, but when you listen to it, it gives you this whole arena type of vibe, experience, feel. What was that process like of being able to, give us this kind of feel when we're listening to the record?
I mean, we actually never intended to make an album in the first place. We like never thought it was going to be an album. I'd say like the first songs that we ever made for this were almost like 3 years ago at this point. Like Stupid was the very first one. And then we like really started kind of like writing music, I'd say like a year ago today for it. And it just ended up kind of shaping into this album. We had to cut some great songs that we love, but like at the end of the day, like we just ended up with these like 14 songs that are, I guess, like so different, but they just kind of made sense for this body of work.
It's wild that like you didn't even think about that or consider one in the first place. Was it just flowing? Everything, the moment you started recording music, did all the other tracks just kind of flow out of you guys during that process?
No, it was kind of like pulling teeth, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of self-discovery.
Yeah.
And I think when we started it, we were very confused of where to take the sound specifically. And 5 songs in, I think we had a better idea than we did the first song, but it was kind of just like discovering every day, like where it's going to go.
Yeah, making music that we actually enjoy listening to, and taking from all of our different inspirations and kind of going from trying to be like a band versus like just making music that we enjoy making.
Yeah, I mean, it does sound fun when you listen to the tracks. Each and every track, it's got a different kind of beat, different kind of vibe. What song initially kickstarted that whole process for you guys, or lyric?
I think it was Do You Love Me that kind of started the whole like newer sound creatively.
Yeah,
for me at least. I don't know about you guys.
I think Do You Love Me was like one of the first ones. I mean, Better was a cool one, but that was kind of just building off of our old sound. But yeah, like I think it was like Do You Love Me, and then I think Punching Bag came like close after that.
Yeah, Punching Bag was second.
And then like that just like started the like, okay, we could branch out. We're not a pop punk band. We can actually like make the shit that we want to make.
And I love like, not just the melodies, but just like the lyric play, the word play that you guys have throughout this album. Was this something that just felt natural to you guys? Was this something that you guys are still learning how to do as you're creating new material?
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of just us putting to paper whatever we can come up with. Like that's just who we are. Like,
it's just like the more that you write, the better that you get.
The better you get.
The better you get at telling stories, and yeah.
What was it like working with Nick Furlong?
Great question.
He's the worst.
I hear that all the time, so I had to ask,
No,
Yeah.
he's a legend.
He's basically like the 5th member of our band, honorary. But yeah, like he was like there through like almost like pretty much almost every step of the process, like we all were, and has like helped us just to come up with like ideas. I mean, write every song. Yeah, we love the guy. He's basically in the band, but but he doesn't show his face around us.
The fact that you guys were experimenting a lot with the sound, with this new direction, how would you say that he helped you step out of that comfort zone, but also be comfortable during that process?
I feel like it was more like him stepping into our world in like a way, and like us bringing him out of his comfort zone, and like being able to like come up with these like, I guess like crazier ideas like with us that like he or like we like wouldn't have like thought of, like together. It's like I guess like we like met somewhere in the ether, together to like create these ideas.
And I would say like he cared about this project as much as all four of us did. Like he put 100% of his focus for like a year on this. Yeah. Which is, we're really thankful that he did that. Hi Nick, if you're watching or listening.
Hi Nick.
How did you guys connect with him in the first place? Like, did you guys know of him? Were you guys fans of his work? Like, what was that process like?
Our lovely management company actually is who initially connected us. And we met him back in, what was it, 2023? Something like that. And he was just kind of always like the godfather that like looked over what we were doing and was like, hey, you guys are messing up here. Do it like this. And it, just kind of made us better that way.
I love how there's so much, the tempos kind of change a lot. The melodies change a lot. How impactful was that with the drums? Recording the drums but getting to a point where like the drums weren't overbearing at the same time. Like, what was that process like?
Well, he's a big fan of mixing drums. We kind of learned a lot doing that, this process.
I guess like going into this project, I didn't even know how to mix live drums at all. But I got like a drum set in the garage that we record in, like mic'd it up. And then, I guess like the entire process was like me figuring out how to record them better, I guess, in a way. I mean, like, it's not all like live drums. There's like quite a bit of like sample grooves and like stuff that I'll like use and all. But I think like by the end I got better and better and better. And then like by the end of the project, I'm like, okay, I actually like this drum sound that we got.
And we taught him not to hit as hard. So that kind of
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah, but as far as like the tempo changes, one we've always wanted to, prior to this project, I don't think we ever had two songs combined and like a full tempo change. And I think we do it in what, like 2 or 3 songs on the album?
At least 2.
Yeah, and like that was really fun. We also have a song, El Camino, at the end, which we recorded all together live, which was really fun too. That was a different process for a song.
What about with the guitars? Like, how did the drums kind of impact the way that the guitars were recorded this time around?
To be honest, because him and I are both cut from working, like being in bands, and they're obviously more like producer backgrounds. So I think us locking in was a bit of an easier process because it's just typical when you're jamming with just you and a drummer. Like, it's very easy to read off each other and like use your eyes to kind of line up exactly what you're doing. And I can predict him, he can predict me, and it just felt like in a lot of those elements where we were jamming the ideas through, it just felt like it was pretty instantaneously how easily they all fell together.
Yeah. As far as the lyrics go, or not lyrics, but the vocals go, what song would you say like challenged you the most to record vocals for?
Well, that's different for each of us, I'm sure.
Better in Simlish was probably one of them.
We did have to do better for the Sims, which was a great opportunity, but writing and singing in Simlish might be the most difficult thing that we've ever done. I don't know. We re-recorded Outside Freestyle a couple times, but I wouldn't say that's the hardest. I think the hardest for me was doing Wake Up because it's much more of just like a polished pop song, and I come from much more of like a raw or like hip hop kind of background. What would you say? What was your difficult one to sing?
I mean, the chorus of Punching Bag is way up there. I don't know what we're gonna do when we play that live.
I'll cover with you.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't do any vocals except the gang vocals. We love doing our gangs. And I do the skit in 1-800-Garage in the interlude. So that was my hurdle.
That's your vocal debut.
That's my vocal debut.
What inspired those interludes and then that skit at the same time? Because it's kind of cool. You don't get to hear that often in albums nowadays. Back in the day, we were listening to like little snippets of movies or like just anything, but like now we don't get to hear that. So what really inspired that?
I think just like taking from a lot of my favorite albums, which do have that, and also because I guess during the final hour of the album, like less than even like a month ago now, like we were just trying to like piece the album together and like do the track list, and like we had to like cut songs, and we're like, okay, well, like how do we like combine like these and these, and then like that's like when we wrote the final like 2, like which were like 1-800 and then Outside Interlude.
When you guys recorded these songs and then you went live, were you like, oh shit, like these are complicated to perform? Like, which song made you feel that way?
Well, we haven't played them yet.
Well, we've played some of them. I mean, referring to like Punching Bag, like he was talking about, we haven't even rehearsed it yet. I mean, I'd like to.
Yeah, we
It's
played
a-
probably like a lot
half
of these
the
songs
album.
were written months ago. So like at all of our summer festivals, we probably played around like 4 or 5 songs on the album, which I would say maybe Outside Freestyle is like one that like you got to be deep in the pocket because it's our one like rap song. It's a little different than anything we play, and then going from our more upbeat songs to like kind of have to like take a step back and do this a little bit and chill. It's a little different.
Was the rap verses or the rap track as a whole, like, was that something that was like a challenge for you guys to do?
That was like the easiest and most natural one.
Yeah, I was gonna say him and I both come from like a big hip hop background and have always wanted to make that kind of song for
Yeah,
the
and we
band.
finally made one that just worked with a band. It's like,
Yeah,
it's like we can make them all day. It's just like, is it gonna work for the album? Is it gonna work for our band as a whole?
so yeah, that's like the 100th hip hop song we'd attempted to make for the band. Now we finally got it.
What made this one different?
The energy just kind of fit into like what we do and who we want to portray ourselves as.
Yeah, it felt like more fun. And then I think we did it live once. Was it like Summerfest? I think was the first time that we played it live, and it just like worked like so well. We're like, oh, okay, this is sick.
Do you have to think about like which song goes before and which song follows after that track?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Does it really drastically change like the setup of your
Are you talking about
Of your
like in the
set?
live set?
in the live set? Yeah.
Well, yes, because Julian plays bass on it and there's no guitar, so they swap. So
Yeah, I give him
Something
the
about that
bass for that song so I could rap.
Nice. Now, as far as like finalizing these songs, the writing process, like which track would you say that like really you had to like revisit multiple times before you finally felt that it was like done and ready to be recorded?
Oh man.
Daylight, I'd say we made that song and it was a different BPM and it was in a different key. And someone here, I'm not
And
gonna
I
name
hated it
names.
at first.
Zach
I did.
hated it.
I hated that song
And
at first. I don't know why. Well, I didn't like hate it. I was just like, I think like we were like coming off the like coattails of like writing Wake Up and Sleep Talking and stuff, and I was just like, this song doesn't fit, whatever.
Yeah, and I finally got to tell Zach Dossie I told you so, and it felt good.
Well, no, you
felt-
didn't say I told you. Well, yes. Well, I guess you
Yes.
said I told you so, but I'm the one that came in and that
Yes.
was like, no, guys, this song has real
Yeah.
potential.
When we were finalizing the track list, we needed one more song. We wanted kind of something different. And Zach texted me. He was like, "Guess what song I just brought back?"
And you named like every
I named
other
every
demo
one
that
from,
we've
like,
ever
3
made
years
except
ago.
for it.
And it was Daylight, and now that's like a fan favorite of like. It seems like a lot of people have been posting that. A lot of people feel drawn to it, and yeah, it's different and
Yeah.
it's fun.
And that's like another one that I don't know how we're gonna do live because it's like so electronic and like it's got the house breakdown and like barely any guitars or like no live bass in the song. It's just like like one of those. It's just like we got to figure out how that one works.
I love that when I'm listening to the album, each song kind of changes the character of your voice. So would you say that you kind of like revisited, or not revisited, but rediscovered like new vocal tones and ranges within every new track that you recorded?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think like that's like important to just like keep like trying shit and like whatever works like for the song is like what has to be done.
Yeah, that kind of goes back into the discovery that I was saying earlier. Like, I don't know. A year ago, I didn't sound the way I sound now because of each song. I felt like a new piece of me was being unlocked for the vocals, and same with you.
Same question for guitars. Did you find yourself like trying something completely left field this time around that you didn't know you could have done before?
He definitely helps sonically with helping me get into that because I'm like very just straight and narrow when it comes on guitar. So it was definitely interesting to have to take a step back and be like, wait, what can I do differently now to service this versus just, I don't know, being from like a punk background, taking a step away from being like, I can't just do driving power chords anymore. Like something else has to give, something else has to be different. And yeah, different things sonically, guitar wise, just helps inspire like different passages, different textures that I put in there. I'm like, okay, I'm actually proud of the stuff that I was able to lay in and found like my spot within all these drastic different changes.
Coming from that punk background, like what was it like being on that Warped Tour stage?
Oh, it was a dream. It was a dream. I was never allowed to go as a kid, so like going on there, like my first time
Whoa,
actually,
what?
I was never allowed to go.
Damn.
Allowed to go?
Dude, my parents were so straight arrow, like Italian. They didn't want any of that. So then, the first time that I actually got to go there was actually playing it, and that was just a dream
That's
come
cool.
true, which was so fun.
Would you say that being on that stage and seeing all those other bands as well, would you say that that kind of like influenced a new type of creative process for you?
I think it scratched an itch for me that teenage me would have wanted.
Yeah.
And I think I was very happy that we got to play those and that we still get to play them. But now I'm like, I've satisfied that itch. What else can I do now as like a musician at this point to take
Yeah.
it from what I was used to being punk versus being like, how else can I service everything else we're doing moving forwards?
Yeah.
But it definitely was inspiring just to be there.
With the experiences, with the festivals that you guys had this past summer, which festival would you want to go back to and perform this entire album?
I think Lala is a dead giveaway.
Lollapalooza.
That's a dead giveaway.
We peaked there.
Yeah, we did peak there.
So moving forward, what's next? Like, do you feel like you're ready for a headline run? Do you feel like you're ready for, to call out a tour? Like, what can fans look forward to?
Yeah. We're definitely like planning stuff that I'm sure like we'll like announce at some point soon.
Nice.
Yeah, I definitely want people to hear the album live.
Yeah. I want to hear it live. And I can't believe you guys haven't even rehearsed it yet. Like, I feel like I would have just been like, all right, I want to play this now. Like, okay. So to close this off, this album had a lot of experimentation. You guys stepped out of your comfort zone. What did you learn most, or what did this album teach you guys most about yourselves as an artist, as a songwriter, as a performer that you weren't aware of before?
I don't know. I'm like a serious perfectionist. Like I will obsess so hard off of like the tiniest details on like everything. Cause like when it like came to like production and like mixing, cause like I produced every song on the record and I also ended up mixing like a good chunk of the record too. Like that was a grueling like month and a half. I was just like so in my head, barely touched grass. Yeah. But I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, I learned that making an album is really difficult. Like,
It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun, but to get like your mentality there where it's like it's all you can think about for a few months. And like prior to this, I didn't really pay attention to like when I'm listening to my favorite albums, I kind of just song, but I'm not listening how each song goes into each other or like what story, like the story arc that's being told, or sonically like how one song is at the same key to the next song. And like now when I go back to listen to other albums, I pay attention to it much more, and I notice these little things. If it's like if the BPM changes going into another song, or little sounds, and like now our album luckily has that, and yeah, it was pretty cool to become aware of.
I think this kind of goes without saying between the four of us, but I think ultimately creating something that feels authentic to you, even though it may not feel like in the same vein of what we're used to or what we wrote before, but still finding a place to express creatively what you want to do, but also not really feeling limited by like, oh, we should probably still maintain sounding like this. Just make whatever you want. If it sounds good, it sticks, then that's all that matters.
Yeah. That's awesome, guys. Well, congratulations with this record. Would you go back to the garage again? Or would you jump
Yeah,
into
it's
a
in my
studio?
house.
Yeah, we're just
That's
We're
my house.
staying in the garage.
I've spent so much goddamn money on that place. We are not going anywhere else.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations with the debut album, Garage. You guys be sure to check out People Are Ugly. And thanks for watching here on Front Row Live.